I am beside myself excited to have this conversation with you. I've been watching several different facets, you might say, or elements of um, information kind of swirl around. Some of that information coming directly through me, some of it coming from the children that I've been working with over the years and their families. And as of this morning, some of it coming from outside sources, you might say. But all of this information going together is leading me to believe that we really are now in this time where those children who have been diagnosed on the spectrum and who I really consider, in many ways, the template or the prototype, you might say, for the new human. We've got enough information now to know that that population really is going to be able to land more easily in their bodies to embody the consciousness that they hold in ways that they've never really been able to land here before. So let me tell you some of the different parameters that are playing out right now that lead me to believe that, actually lead me to know it. So one, over the last several months, um, I kept hearing the kids are landing, the kids are going to land. And that's a big statement because for 30 years I've been hearing something along those lines. I've been hearing that they are the new human. I've been hearing that they are kind of a new species. I've been hearing that they have not, at least my client base, has not been able to be here since the time of Lemuria. And at the time of Lemuria, we had bodies of light. So the interface of spirit, soul, embodiment was much easier at that time. But a lot of these souls just haven't reincarnated since about that time. So I'm hearing lately that they're landing. I'm remembering all of this information that I've heard for the last 30 years about them being the new species, about them not being here since the time of Lemuria. Um, very recently, we started a project where we literally created a space for these kids to land the information that they would like to share, land themselves if that was the case. And that project was within the Wisdom Library. And the Wisdom Library is in Sedona, Arizona. We did a piece of energy work there. And we began to invite all the kids to share their wisdom, share their understanding, almost have a funnel for all the things that they were bringing to humanity at this time and landed in that particular library. So that's been going on since since January of this year. So those two things are going on. The other thing that's been happening is that once that library got anchored, you might say, all of a sudden, a lot of the kids that I've been working with for years um, decided to do things like start to verbally communicate or start to, if they were spellers, they started to spell things about the greater truth of who they are, what their capacity is. All that started to happen within the last few months as well. One of the other significant things that the kids have said for decades now is we cannot be here, here being planet Earth, here meaning in their bodies. We can't be here until here is the frequency of love. If you've listened to me at all over the years, you've heard me say that more often than not. And this is significant because of something that happened this morning. I was sent a little clip of Pam Gregory, the amazing astrologer, talking about some of the things that are going on with this upcoming equinox. And towards the end of that clip, she was talking about the fact that we are shifting back right now to what would be considered the frequency of love. And that frequency of love was associated with Lemuria. It was associated with a new species. And it's also associated with, you might say, a chromosome that was turned off, that is now being turned back on. Many of the kids that I've talked to over the years, they just repeatedly say, whether it's their families, whether it's humanity, society, the greater picture overall, that we have to return to who we are in truth so that they can fully demonstrate and show who they are in truth. And this isn't just some kind of airy-fairy kind of multi-dimensional mumbo jumbo, you might say. This is a reality, and it is a multi-dimensional reality, but it is a reality that is playing out right here, right now. We are right here, right now, in the midst of this huge expansion, this opportunity to land information, new technology, new science, new medicine, new education, new currency. This is all opening up and being able to come through each and every one of us. And most significantly, as far as in my world is concerned, it's all opening up and really being able to come through many of these kids who, I've kind of referred to as the prototype for the new human. And as far as I'm concerned, they've been that for the last, 30 years of me working with them anyway. This is like beyond exciting to me, because it's one thing for any of us to hear internally, or even from a collective consciousness, like the collective consciousness of the children, that this time is now. And especially when we've waited so long for it, or we've heard it over a long period of time. But this time is now. The time is right here, right now. And so I'm going to be sharing a lot more information, both about what the kids have said in the past and also about what I'm seeing playing out day to day that really validates the fact that we are in a time where the new humans are rising again. We are in a time where this new species that exists within the kids and within each one of us is turning on, tuning in, yep, becoming um, becoming the new way of being. So I'm really excited to share more with you as we move forward in all of this, but I really just couldn't wait to get this out. I will post with this a little clip of Pam's interview as well, because it really did help to spark everything. And I just heard this morning, it's now, it's now, it's now. So anyway, I'll be in touch soon. Bye.